Have you ever spent hours, hours, crafting what you thought was the perfect quiz only to have it completely fall flat? It's so frustrating, right? Well, what if I told you that you could generate seriously effective, high-quality quiz questions in just a few minutes, not hours? Today, that's exactly what we're going to break down. How to use AI to do just that.
All right, here's the game plan for today. We're going to start by digging into the problem itself, then we'll jump into the AI solution. I'm going to show you some incredible before and after examples, give you a step-by-step blueprint you can use immediately, and then we'll wrap up by looking at the common mistakes so you can avoid them. Let's dive in.
So first up, let's talk about the pain point here. You know, making a good quiz is way more than just writing down a few questions. It's kind of like an art form, and a time-consuming one at that. You need the right questions, asked in the right way, to really see if someone gets it. And honestly, that's where things usually go wrong.
I think this hits home for a lot of us. Doesn't matter if you're a teacher, a corporate trainer, or you're just creating content online. You sink all this time and energy into building an assessment, and the result just feels meh. The questions are kind of basic, they don't really make anyone think, and they definitely don't measure true understanding.
And, hey, if you're feeling this, you are definitely not alone. Get this, over half of educators are now turning to AI for this exact reason, and they're saving anywhere from 5 to 10 hours a week. That's huge. This isn't just some new trend, it's a real shift in how we create learning materials.
So here's a perfect example of that old saying, garbage in, garbage out. You give an AI a lazy, vague prompt, like create some questions about photosynthesis, and you get back, well, this. It's just simplistic, pretty much useless stuff. These kinds of questions don't test if you understand the material, they just check if you were awake. So how do we fix this? The answer isn't to just give up on AI. Not at all. It's about learning how to talk to it, how to give it better instructions. So let's look at how a smart, structured prompt can completely change the game.
This right here, this is the core idea. We're talking about turning AI from a simple search engine into like a co-pilot for creating really solid assessments. We're moving beyond just asking for some questions, and instead, we're commanding the AI to produce quizzes that are high quality and genuinely engaging.
So a really great prompt has 5 key ingredients. It makes sure the questions actually match your learning goals. It gives you a nice mix of question types. It keeps the quality high. We're talking plausible wrong answers. It covers all the material you need it to. And maybe most important of all, it creates something that's actually interesting for the person taking the quiz.
Okay, now for the fun part. Let's see the proof. We're going to look at the incredible difference between a bad prompt and a good one for a few different topics. This is where you're going to have that aha moment and really see the power here.
Okay, remember our sad little photosynthesis prompt? Now look at the good one. It's so much better. It gives the AI a role. You are an expert educational content creator. It specifies the audience, high school biology. And here's the crucial part. It demands questions that test understanding and include plausible distractors. See that level of detail? That changes everything.
And just look at the result. We go from a basic definition to a question that actually requires you to think. The student has to know the difference between the final products and the intermediate steps. And those wrong answers, the plausible distractors, they look correct at first glance because they are part of the process. They're designed to catch common mistakes. That's what makes it a real test of knowledge, not just memorization.
And this isn't just for science class. It works for super technical topics too. A bad prompt, like make a quiz about Python, is basically useless. But the good prompt? It tells the AI to act like a senior software instructor, to focus on specific topics like functions and data structures, and even asks for a mix of medium and hard questions.
The difference is just night and day. The quiz goes from this silly, almost insulting question to a real-world code analysis problem. The AI actually writes a piece of code and asks you to figure out what it does. That's a perfect way to test if someone can actually program, not just spit back trivia.
And it's not all serious, formal education either. Let's say you want to make a fun trivia quiz. Same rules apply. The bad prompt is just generic. The good prompt, though, it focuses on engagement. It's for a general audience, it asks for different question types, and specifically requests fascinating facts. And what you get is a quiz that's just way more fun and memorable. Instead of a boring fact that pretty much everyone knows, you get this mind-bending true/false question that makes you stop and think. It sparks curiosity, and the explanation that comes with the answer, that's what makes the learning really stick.
Okay, so you've seen how powerful good prompting can be. Now let's break it all down into a simple, repeatable blueprint that you can start using literally today to get these same incredible results. All right, here it is, your 6-step formula for success. Step 1, define your purpose and audience. Who is this for? What do you want them to learn? 2, get specific on the content. What exact facts, concepts, or skills are you testing? Don't be vague. 3, choose your question types. Multiple choice, true, false, fill in the blank, mix it up. 4, set the difficulty. Are you just checking for basic recall, or do you want to push them to analyze and evaluate? This creates what educators call desirable difficulty. It's challenging, but it's not impossible. 5, define your quality standards. This is where you tell the AI to include those brilliant, plausible distractors, and this is so important, to provide explanations for the correct answers. And finally, step 6, tell the AI exactly how you want the output. As a simple list, a table you can copy and paste. Follow these 6 steps, and you're going to be blown away by what you create.
Now, to make sure you get this right from the very beginning, let's quickly go over the most common traps that people fall into. Knowing what not to do is just as important as knowing what to do.
Okay, look, almost all bad results come down to one of these 5 mistakes. Vague prompts give you vague questions, so you have to be super specific. If you don't ask for good, plausible distractors, you won't get them. It's that simple. If you forget to ask for explanations, you miss out on a massive learning opportunity for your audience. And finally, if you don't set the difficulty or define the output format, you're just making the AI guess what you want. Avoid these 5 things, and you're already ahead of 90% of people using this stuff.
So there you have it. You've got the blueprint. You've seen the absolutely massive difference it can make. The only thing left to do now is to try it yourself. Think about a topic you're passionate about. Follow these steps and just see what you can create. The power to generate professional-level assessments is literally at your fingertips. So my question to you is, what will you build first?